Good morning. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. I'm going to work on my traveler's notebook again today. So this is day 3. And I have, here's my previous pages that I worked on the other 2 days. So if you missed them and you want to watch, I did a work along with the first 2 pages, and then with this section, I just sort of did a tour and explained what I did for this section. So apparently we're going to work on 3 pages today. So that hopefully will not be too much multitasking for my brain. Now I want to recheck my camera here. I'm going to pause and fix my angle for me. So hold on. Okay, I think that's better. Our first spread is she did a sheet. Nancy Wishes Weeds, link is below, so go follow. She did a sheet with sort of black and white writing and drawings on one side, and then there was a black and white photo of Queen Victoria and some of her family. So I looked through what I've got, and I'm sort of decided on this book that I have on the history of the town of Thornhill, which is just north of Toronto. It's now part of Toronto. It's simply a section of Toronto now. But at one point, as is common with little towns that were near big cities, it got absorbed. So it's full of wonderful old photos and some writing. I liked this one because it has this very elegant lady here, and apparently she was a piano teacher. And I love that picture of her. So I really rather like this page. And then I liked this one over here because it had a couple of churches and it has some writing. And then on this side, it's got a wedding and it's got some writing here. So it sort of does it. I wasn't sure which one I wanted, and I do think I want this one. So I'm hoping it will come out all right. This is a paperback, so it's been glued in, and I don't want to tear it, but I want as much room as possible. Oh, you're going to be trouble, are you? So let's try from the bottom. If it's given me trouble from the top, let's try from the bottom. Come on. Ah, we did it. Okay, yay. All right, so that is going to be our page today for the first one. And I rather like this tearing on it. There's a bit of glue here. I want to see if I can just sort of scratch it off, because otherwise I don't mind that raw edge there. It looks kind of natural. That's good. Let's see this side, and that side's lovely. So I made myself some notes this time so that I can see what I want. So first of all, I guess I need to make sure it's a correct size. So I'm aiming for 8 1/4, and then normally 9, but this one's going to have a flip out. So let's see. So I'm going to have to trim a little bit off and bring it in this way, because this is 8 1/2. And then it is 11, 8 1/2 by 11. Oh, it's a standard size sheet of paper. All right. So that means if I go to 9, my tip out will be that wide. What does she have on the tip out? She puts a little tag on her tip out. Alright, so if it's 9, that means 4 1/2 is where my fold is. I might bring mine in. bring mine in. I may, let's see what's on this side. Yeah, I may make my fold. Hold on, I'm going to pause while I make this decision. There is no point in you listening to me hum and haw. So hold on. Okay, so I got my paper ready. I figured out how I want it to open. Wasn't quite long enough, so I was a little creative with my folds, and that's okay because I really liked her being sort of on the presentation side of that flip. Now I need to create a little tab down here with some fabric, some lace, a little button cluster. So I'm going to get my little bag of scraps. I have some lace, and I have some fabric, and I think I already know the fabric I want to use. I can just, let's move you. Miss, what's your name? Mabel. I like the name Mabel. Okay. So, oh, there you are. That's the one I want. I like that one. So we're going to use that one for our fabric. Now I'm going to need my fabric again later, so I'll keep this handy. I guess I should figure out. I want to take a look-see. This is the one where she does a little bit of a ruffle in her tab. So 2 laces, fabric, and button. I can do that. Okay, 2 laces, fabric, and button. So that's my fabric. I want more of these flowers. See how with the fabric, this is kind of blank, and then here's all our pretty flowers. I want the pretty flowers. Scissors. Let's give ourselves some pretty flowers. We deserve it. All right. And then I want it, nope, that. Is that good? Let's just do it. There we go. Wonder if I'll use this somewhere else. Oh, you know me and playing with frayed threads. I love it. There we go. Let's fray these threads. That looks nice. All right, so now we need a couple of pieces of lace and then a button. There. Lace. Oh, I'm dropping it everywhere. Hold on. There we go. Oh, that's elegant. I like that. Oh, a little bit of pink. And there's a little pink in the flowers. Look. Oh. I might use a little pink. But that's so thick, the pink would not show through. Maybe I should use a little bit of what we used yesterday. Would the pink show through? No, that's way too thick. Maybe just something a little bit more delicate. That's pretty. And these are both flat. Wouldn't hurt to go go a little flat. Okay, I like that. And I used this the other day. So, and that's okay. We're using up our scraps, right? All right. There we go. Done. Out of the way. And then a button. Well, let's get this part done. And then we'll decide on our button. So we're not going to use this after all, but maybe somewhere else. That was a long table runner, and this was all around the edges, and I tea dyed it. And it really liked the tea dye. All right, so let me pull up Nancy's picture. See what hers ended up looking like. Okay, I guess I should just freeze frame so that I can go back and refer to things. That part of this is challenging, is to have a picture to go back to. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's just get going. We'll just do our own version of whatever it's going to be. Oh, now I can see it. Okay, longer lace, shorter lace. And then this is gathered like that. She does a little fancy thing like this. All right, so we're going to work here. We're going to work here. And we're going to gather a little bit. So I guess I need a glue stick. How wide is that? That will help me know. And then she does a little pinchy thing. I hope that's okay. I've got glue everywhere. I made my glue too long. I'm going to see if I can roll it off. Sometimes it'll let you. And then sometimes you just make it grimier. Oh, that's coming off. I'll use my eraser later. Sometimes an eraser will take that off. All right, let's do this side. A little bit of glue. I'll be smaller with my glue this time. Live and learn. Okay, I like this. Nancy, I've never thought of doing a ruffle on the fabric. So I'm going to center pinch first and then bring the others in, I think, into the glue. Oh, how cute! I love it. I can see how this will definitely need the security of doing the sewing through it. That's very cute. All right, so pink first. And I'm going to stick that out over this side so that I can see my pink over there. And then maybe you there. Maybe I'll stick the pink up a bit above. And this one a little bit below. Like that. I rather like that. Now, button. I have my buttons out still, my Zone 3 buttons, because I don't use these very often. But I'm going to use a colored button. Usually I just use the ivory buttons. But let's get out some pink buttons and take a look, see if there's anything here that appeals to me. Look at that one. But it's one of those kind, so it would stick up too much. So pretty. Oh, I like that little glassy one. That's kind of pretty. Gosh, I love those. It's a little curly kind. Oh, that's another one. Hold on. That one's got holes in it. Oh, it looks like the owner drilled holes through it because the back loop snapped off. Because that one has a snap, it's on there. It's the same button, and they've oh, you get to come to the party. Yes. Somebody was ingenious. They just drilled a little hole in there. All right, so let's glue these down. Then we'll sew this. Just a little bit of glue. Just to hold it, because I'm going to sew it. What are you doing? Thank you. I don't want to cover up that pink flower, because that's what connects my pink lace. Is that the right side up? That's the right side up. Did I do you right side up? Yes, you're the right side up. And I'm going to stretch you out a little over on the other side, like that. There we go. Now, I'm going to go sew first, and then we're going to sew our button on. So hold on. Okay, so I've sewn lace, ruffle, little button that somebody else drilled new holes in. That's going on. So I'm going from the top down so that I can tie a knot in it. Well, I guess I should have, hold on. There was no point gluing this in because it's so bashed up in the back. Then, come on. Come on. Be good. There we go. Oh, oh, oh. I almost went through that. There we go. Okay. You're moving. Okay. Back through. I'm not too worried about the other side because I'm sewing through the fabric. And so it won't be that noticeable. And if it is noticeable, I think it's kind of cute. So I'm not too worried. There we go. 2 is enough. It's going to be tied on tight. That's not a high traffic area. There we go. Let's just trim this. And tie a knot. 1. Where'd the other one go? There you are. 2. Right. Come on. I'm going to do 3 just to be safe. You know, left over right, right over left, and then left over right again. There. That looks cute. I like it. And I forget what pages these are, so hopefully I get told at the end. I think this is page 38 and 35 and 36. So let's just pencil it in for now. And hopefully then I'll know. Oh, that's cute. All right, next one. Next one. Hold on while I get the paper. Okay, so I've got my paper ready for the next page, page 19, and then I don't know what these are. Nancy does, she has a page where one side has color on it and one side is sort of black and white. So what I found was, I've got this really neat book called A Gardener's Journal that I found quite recently. And it's got lots of blank pages in it, and it's also got lots of beautiful flower pictures. Big full size. I mean, they're not blank, but there's enough empty space that they're quite usable for journaling on, any kind of journaling. Even if you just want to handwrite, you know, dear diary, I did such and such today. So I chose a page out of this with this garden and the nice little stairs and flowers. And so I prepared it. I got it. She does a light inking on her one side, so I did my light inking. And it's like this. And then she pins an old photo and a piece of ephemera. So again, I guess I'm going to show you what you can do if you don't have old photos, but you have access to books that have old photos. For example, this is from, this obviously is some relatives of Laura Ingalls Wilder, because I bought a book on sale at my thrift store on her life, a biography, and it was just chock full of sepia tone and black and white photos. So, but it's got this on the other side. So, and I want it to be blank so that it's like a real photo. So I've just got some offcut of some tea-dyed paper. I'm going to glue it on and I'm going to get this ready. So I'm going to pause while I do that so that I don't use up too much of my time, because you know me, it's down to the crunch. So hold on. Okay, so I've put it onto some tea-dyed paper. It still looks a little too fresh for my liking. So I'm just going to give it just a little light inking. And especially on, oh, this side's got, it's time to flip over that little board in my cutting board. I'm getting that little lip again, and that means it's time to flip it. All right, so we'll just give that a little, just to give it a little aging, not too much. So that's going to be our photo. Somebody from the Ingalls family is going to go in here. And then Nancy just used a piece of ephemera. And this is a scan. I don't use scans very often, but this one I don't mind using because it's, I actually own the real one. So I have scanned it. It was out of my family's Bible. So there we go. And I've just backed it onto some darker, more natural looking paper. So that's going to be my piece of ephemera that is blank on the back, which is what she had. And then she uses a oh my goodness, a paper clip. I'm going to use one of these old ones. They're just lovely and naturally tarnished just from age. So I'm going to use one of those. I like things a little bit off kilter, so I'm going to leave those a little bit that way. Maybe some roses sticking out the top there. There, that looks nice. And that's good. I think that's all she does. So I'm going to pause and take a look and see. Okay, so that was that one was quite simple. So lots of journaling space there, and I guess gluing on space there. Now the next page, she uses music composition paper. So, and hers wasn't tea-dyed, so I'm not going to tea-dye mine. It's a little bit grimy, but I think that's going to get cut off because this one is just going to be a single fold and not a tip out, which means I need it to be 9 inches wide, and it's already only 8.5. Oh dear. Well, maybe I'll just leave those holes in there. and 8¼ inches tall. So that I will have to trim. Hold on, I'm just measuring down here. All right, so let's trim that. I'm going to think about this, what I want to do. So there is my page. Let me see how I am for time, because of course I'm probably running late. I've got 5 minutes. I can do this. All right, so that's got a little bit of the, where it was adhered to the pad up there. All right, you know what? She left the holes on her side. I'm going to leave the holes on my side. I'm going to pause and see what she does and then come back and do it. Hold on. Okay, so this is where I'm going to put a ruffle down one side with a little bit of lace on top and a charm. So I actually have this little bin that I keep fabric ruffles. I label everything. And I've always got ruffles on hand. I every once in a while I have a day where I think, ooh, I want to make ruffles, and I've always got ruffles handy, or I almost always do. I shouldn't say always. So what I did was I got some ready and just pressed them a bit so they're not too bulky, because ruffles can be really fluffy. So these ones I pressed. I was trying to decide whether I want to use this little beige one or this flowery one, which I really like, that flowery one. I thought about this one a bit. I made a ruffle out of the selvage edge. It's the edge that's got the ink tests on that. I kind of like that. But if I put lace down the center, you won't see that. So I'm not going to use that one. So it's either this one or this one. And I think I'm going to go with flowers. Now this lace, and it's long enough, I pulled it out of my lace bag. I don't like these loops, so I'm going to trim them off. And then I'm going to sew this all together because this is ready to go. So I'm going to do that off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, so I did my ruffle with a little bit of lace. I switched out the lace. I decided, why am I trimming this other lace when I know I've got a little tiny lace, so I went and found it, and I sewed it in. Now I need to put a little charm, so I've got a bulb pin, and I picked out this cute little heart. So I'm going to put that on. But as you can see, if you look down at the time down below, guess what? Catherine's at 28 minutes. So I have to make a cluster to put over here, and I'm going to do that, and then we're going to come back. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I made my little tab. 2 pieces of fabric, one under the other, a piece of lace, and a button. And now you'll see my page wasn't as wide, and I wanted to keep my lines going this way, so I'm okay with that. I don't mind variety in any of my journals. So I suspect that that's going to be fine. I've tied off, even though there's threads, I've tied them off. There's my little charm that I put on there with the little heart. So that's good. And then here's the other one that I made today. Now I'm going to have to go back and watch again and figure out what pages these are. I think I marked one of these, the page. Yeah, page 19, but I don't know what the rest of the pages are. So I'm going to go figure out what they are. Well, thanks for joining me today. And I'm going to put all... Oh, wait, we did one more. We did our frilly ruffle. Seriously, Nancy, this might be my favorite thing that we did today. The little fabric tab, but that it's ruffled. I love it. How cute is that? And she loves it too. So Mabel thinks it's just terrific. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk soon. Bye.